Hello, everybody! Welcome to Rex! Uh, this is a game where we're gonna play, all my players are gonna play a bunch of pet sitters who are taking care of a bunch of bones. It's gonna be very fun. Um, this is a game called Rex that Dylan and I made, who we're posting on their channel right now. If you go to twitter.com/superdylan, you can see the game that's available for free right now if you want to just go hop over and check it out. But we will also be including this game in our upcoming game bundle pack that's going to be sold on Itch.io if you want a little upgraded version that's available for print as well. And I think there will be like an on-demand print option as well, which will be great. But this is just a super simple game. So simple, we're gonna make our characters right now. I sent the print version to folks in chat a little bit ago, and we're gonna show you how to play this silly little game. It's a very lighthearted game. There will be general public endangerment, possibly, and just descriptions of bones. So if those things are not your vibe, it's all good. Don't worry. We'll be streaming another thing soon enough, so no stress. But for those of you who are down to clown with a silly little fossil, let's go ahead and look at the sheet. Oh, let me pull it up actually. Beep bop boop. So the whole point of this game is that there was a listing for a need for multiple pet sitters for one pet, which sounds weird, but it wasn't anything more than that in the description. And you all decided to recruit together. And each one of you as players has a unique pet sitter skill. There's a list that's provided on the sheet here if you want to pick one of those, or you can make one up and discuss it with everybody just to see how everybody fits together in this little player pet sitter team operation. Does anyone have any immediate, like, I want to be this kind of pet sitter, I want to be good at this? What's up, Cecilia?
I had an idea that wasn't on the page, that I called, like, Bago Tricks, where it's just someone who has, like, a bag full of a bunch of different toys and, like, treats that they can, like, pull out at any available moment.
That's good. See, you're like the stuff person who's just got, like, a little something. Hell yeah.
So, like the party mom who's just, like, always got something in your fanny pack.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That sounds great.
I want to be the high energy trainer.
You want to be high energy?
Yeah, I want to be the high energy trainer that is like all rough and tumble. You know, like has to wear down I specialize in like wearing down big old like dogs. You know, work tiring them out before bringing them home and everything. That's like my specialty.
You're used to huskies and Malamutes and Great Danes and stuff. Yeah. So you're used to big boys.
Yeah.
I want to be strong as ox.
You're strong as an ox.
I'll be like a food motivator. I'll have the little
Snacks.
instead of the bum bag of tricks, I'll have a bum bag of treats. And just lots of little different snacks.
Good combo. Toy bag, treat bag.
Mm-hmm.
Very valid.
I think I'm gonna go with the soothing voice.
It's so loud.
Oh no!
Now I'm like super loud.
You're crazy loud.
Of course. Now I'm loud, and before I was quiet, and now I'm loud. So
yeah, you were literally like clipping.
God, I hate this microphone. I'm gonna need to change to. Like,
That was straight into the wrinkles of my brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, how's my volume now?
You're okay.
It's good.
Okay. I'm probably putting myself up on stream though because I just realized my audio input on there is low. I'm gonna, yeah, sure, soothing voice. Hey, buddy, calm down. We gotta bring it down. We gotta bring it down. You had your high energy time with Trainer Wally. Just bring it down. We gotta bring it down now.
Incredible.
I wouldn't mind if you upped your salary. Don't you?
And do we want to come up with names, or do we want to just use your names?
I always think coming up with names is fun, but that's just personally me.
I think I'm gonna go with Seagram.
Your name is Seagram, like the building.
My name is
Abuela.
Topo Chico.
Like the ginger ale.
My name is
Oh, I'm gonna be Baraka
okay.
then.
I am Dr. Pepper.
Damn.
Nice.
I want
Or
to.
Doctor that pets.
I'm Dr. Pepper.
I'm gonna be. What are you gonna be, Puja?
Topo Chico.
Topo Chico? I'm gonna be
What was
shock,
that?
as in adrenaline shock.
My name is Topo Chico.
How do you spell that?
TOPO space CHICO.
Topo
So, Andre,
Chico.
we gotta get you down here. We gotta get you into the Topo, baby.
Okay, Shock is Cecilia, and Topo Chico is Puja. This is incredible. Thank you. Okay.
So what's everyone's name? Can they say it like one more time?
Baraka.
I'm
I'm gonna
Dr.
change my
Pepper.
name in the Discord.
Seagram.
Yeah, you can change your name in the Discord too if you want.
Oh boy.
Will that
Oh,
change
the-
where we are video wise?
This
It
may
will be, but I can change it real
so
quick.
add it after your name
Yes,
if
I'll
you
do.
can.
Yes, I'll do Puja dash.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
I apologize if the music went away.
I'm just gonna leave my thing alone.
There we go.
Okay.
Alright.
So, do we also want to establish like how y'all know each other? Are y'all like friends with each other?
We run
Are y'all
this-
meeting for the first time?
We run the same pet business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're friendness partners.
Yeah. We do legitimately have a good combination of people because we got like the strong keep it together like physically people. We got like a bag of tricks, a bag of treats, and then we got like the soother. It's like it's a good group.
Mhm. Do you guys have a
Started our
name?
own business.
Do you guys have a name for your business?
Refreshments.
Yes.
Refreshments, pet
I was
sitting.
gonna go with beverages, but
Yeah. No, that's great. Refreshments, pet care. The most refreshing pet care around.
Cool. So I'm gonna edit the prompt a little bit of the game and say instead of there being an open listing and you all applied into like separately, the owner of Rex approached you all and just said, I need several people to take care of Rex. He has a lot of needs that need to be fulfilled. And you all said yes. Does that sound good?
They're
Cool.
paying us a lot.
They're paying us a lot of money for this,
Yes.
obviously.
Of course. Along with your payment, obviously, you have also been given $50 between all of you for pizza throughout the day while the owner is gone. But we're gonna start with you all actually getting to the location of this pet owner. You arrive. I assume all carpool together. And
It's in our little pet van.
in your little like pet care van with like little
Ew.
cats and rats and lizards and things on it. And a little parakeet. And and you pull up to a very nice looking house. It's looks almost like palatial, like very like neoclassical. Lots of marble. Has like a little frieze at the top, but instead of like Greek imagery, it's got like natural history stuff. So it's got like an ammonite fossil, it's got plants, it's got bugs. And it's just a super nice looking house. It's got a big yard. And behind the building itself, you can actually see what appears to be like a large other building that's not in the same style. It looks a lot more like a garage, like a very, very nice garage. You also notice that there's despite how beautiful the house is, there is a lot of like dirt and like upturned lawn. So you did know, like, there was a notice in the application for this particular pet that they were high energy and that they may be a little destructive. So it doesn't surprise you. Just the amount of it is a little bit of a shock. But yeah. How does everybody get out? Who's driving? That's a great question. Who's driving?
I'll drive. I'm driving.
You're driving? Cool. So, Baraka is driving.
Isn't that like a Mortal Kombat character?
I think it
sounds
is.
like a Mortal
It is.
Kombat character.
It is.
That's what I thought. With the hooks or the I don't remember. Anyway.
It's something.
Yeah. Stop the car.
Stop the car. No one seems to be out there to greet you. It's just the house and the lawn and the little building in the back.
Was there like any instructions like, oh, like I'm going away for the weekend, like let yourselves in, or?
It was I will be gone for about a day. I will be back tomorrow to take care. I will meet you before I leave. But they do not appear to be out and about.
Alright, well, I guess we're here.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's take out all of our stuff. Let's get ready. Can we hey, Dr. Pep, can you
What?
Can you
Guys, I'm just really hyped up right now. I mean, I've been back here, sitting in the car. You said for wanted me to be chill this whole entire time. And you said, well, all right. And you said, Dr. Pep, relax. I said, I'm fine. I'm relaxed. But you said you wanted me to come along because you said this thing is high energy. I have been sitting still for 15 fucking minutes. And you know being high energy is my thing. I cannot. I'm getting out.
And he just gets out the car.
What just happened?
Cool. I was just trying to tell them.
Why are you guys still in the car?
And he's walking over to them.
All right.
Taking out like the biggest backpack, like a hiking backpack, and putting it on. And I also have like a crossbody strap bag.
Incredible. Yeah.
Tobochico is. Oh, go ahead.
You go.
I was like, Tobochico is strong as Ox, but apparently also intelligent as Ox. So
Yeah.
Love a himbo.
Love a good himbo.
Yeah. Just rolling out after high energy Doc. Just be like, why are you so aggravated, dude?
I'm not aggravated. It's just that I am full of energy right now. I've been sitting still for 15 minutes. You don't understand what it's like to be on ready all the time, full of energy, and be told to sit still for 15 minutes.
Hey, doctor.
What?
I'm gonna pull something out of my bag and give you like a stress toy.
He takes it, squeezes it 3 times, and it pops. He holds out his hand for another one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna give you another one.
Thank you.
Squeezes it, it pops. grabs another one, keeps.
Yeah, just this continues to happen as we walk
All right,
inside.
I'm gonna call the client. I'm just gonna call them.
Yeah, you do that. I'll
Go ahead.
I'll have like a little like small bag, but I'll also grab out of my pocket like a bag of like red vines and just like be snacking on them as I walk in.
Incredible.
Red vine, red vine, red vine.
Thank you.
red vine.
My muscles take food.
Who is calling the client?
Seagrim. I am.
Cool. Seagram, the client's name is Dr. Petrified. And you call them up. And it rings for a long time, and then like on the last ring before it like hangs up or it goes to voicemail, you hear, "Hello?
Hi. Yes. Is this Dr. Petrified?
Oh, yes. Are you the pet sitters?
Yes. The refreshments are here.
Oh, yes. Thank goodness. Okay, I will be right outside. I'm so sorry. I got caught up in some work stuff.
all
I will be right outside. Actually, if you want to come inside, that's okay too.
I look up. I probably see Doc right at the door already.
He's already at the door, and he's about to like bring his foot back to kick it.
Hold on. Give me 1 sec. Doc. Is the door open?
Oh, I didn't lock it last night. Yeah, it's open.
He kicks it.
Doc, the door. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. You bust open the doors. This is a beautiful little house. It's got a high ceiling. It's got a little chandelier in the middle. It's got lots of display cases full of artifacts. Lots of floral wallpaper. Very nice, lush couch. There's a big TV. A nice kitchen with lots of space to cook and prepare foods, and a nice stove. And
Is it like a fruit bowl?
there's a fruit bowl.
Can
That's
I take an apple?
yeah. Go for it. You got an apple.
I have an apple and I just start munching on it.
I take a fake apple out of my bag and replace it in the fruit bowl.
Fantastic. Perfect. Just a fake apple right there. How fake is this fake apple?
It's like one of those wax apples that look really real.
Okay, cool. So it looks super real, but it doesn't
Yeah.
feel real?
No, like you
Yeah.
touch it and you're like, maybe this apple just has a waxy texture somehow. I can't tell. Oh, that's styrofoam.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Dr. Petrie comes down this little spiral stairwell, like all flustered. Her hair is like kind of like a mess, kind of bedheady. She's got half her lab coat on, kind of ragged. She's like kind of pulling it on, and she's got her other hand holding like a suitcase. That's like got like a manila folder and some little bits of paper kind of sticking out. She's I'm so late. Hello, you all are the refreshments, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Dr.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Petrified. It's wonderful to meet you. She pulls out a $50 bill from her pocket. This is for pizza for you guys for the night. Spend it if you want. If not, that's just yours to keep. I will tip you tomorrow as well. But just want to make sure that you know that Rex is in the containment area. If you have any questions, I have a manual that's it should be nearby the containment area in like laminated paper. It should be also attached to a string on the door. If you have any questions, refer to that. If not, if that's not available, try and text me. I don't know if I'm going to have signal where I'm going, but try your luck. I don't know. Yeah. I want to thank you all so much. I want to thank you all. This is definitely not something I would just give to anyone. You guys have great reviews on insert various review site here.
Well,
on Whelp.
you
and-
definitely won't be left feeling parched after our service.
Someone once said we're like a real good snack. I don't know what that means.
Wow. I mean, that's what all the reviews said, you know, and I trust the popular consensus a lot of times when it comes to, you know, service. So thank you very much. Again, Seagram has my number. So just be sure to text me if I have service, and if I'm able to reply, I'll message you right back. Okay? All right.
Cool.
What pet, may we ask? Just so we know.
He's on loan from the museum. He's an animated T-Rex skeleton. Okay, thank you so much. And like runs out of the building, and towards their car.
Okay, animated T-Rex skeleton. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do my usual thing.
Is that like
I'm gonna
lingo
go and,
for like a Malamute or like?
It's probably just a big animated T-Rex skeleton.
I don't know what that means. Is that like a robot?
No, it means it's an animated skeleton of the deceased bones of Tyrannosaurus Rex from the dinosaur area that have lived here on the planet. And once his bones are fossilized, and through probably inbound radiation from the money pollutions that have inhabited this planet over the millions of years, probably caused the bones to reanimate themselves and rise up out of the ground. Probably during the shipment of the bones to the museum, the bones combined together to create the T-Rex, and thus busted out of the museum crate, probably caused a big old ruckus, and well, here we are now.
I forget.
I mean, it makes
Or-
total
I
sense to
tend
me.
to forget that.
Or it's like a little, you know, animatronic from Jurassic Park.
That too.
I'm gonna pull one of those out of my bag, like a memorabilia Jurassic Park, and just set it on the floor.
Your little
I tend-
kangaroo pouch of magic.
Yeah, I somehow got a bag of holding. Like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
fine.
basically.
I tend to
Cool.
forget that that Doc got like three doctorates.
Yeah.
I have 3 doctorates. 1 in archaeology, 2 in zoology, 3 in metaphysics.
Aren't you working on a
I
fourth?
still don't understand what that is.
Well, metaphysics is the study of physics that's possibly not too theoretical, but also hypothetical.
I
We
opened
try
the
to go
door
into
to
the
the
theory of like
door.
Schrodinger's cat. You know, when you take a cat, you put it inside of a box, and you put a radiation cube in there. Is the cat gonna die? You don't know. But once you open the
Why
box,
would you kill
then
a
you know if it's
cat?
dead or not. What?
Well, as Dr. Pepper is trying to explain the allegory of Schrodinger's cat, you will just hear like a.
I'm just gonna warn you guys right now. The movies are bullshit. They can sense movement.
I take a cat out of my bag. Not a real one, a fake one.
Oh.
Just
Um,
a cat.
I flex my palms because I have enough muscles to where that's a real thing.
Yeah. I hand it to you. I hand you the fake cat and I say, Schrodinger. We should go meet Rex.
What's up, Schrodinger? We're
Uh,
gonna go meet Rex.
All right, everyone. First impressions are always very important. So, and like rustles through my bag. What do animated Rexes eat? And just like gets like a bunch of steaks out.
Perfect.
I mean, they used to
Oh,
be carnivores, so surely
that
they'd be
lunch?
carnivores like after death. No, this is for Rex, so that we all make a good first impression. Got it. We all have to give him a treat so that he associates with us with good emotions and like positive feedback.
Right.
I'll take one of the steaks.
Incredible. everybody has their designated treat.
Mm-hmm.
And you all begin to walk out towards this large facility in the back. And it's very tall. It is easily like 30, 40 feet tall. Very, very wide. Has sort of like it isn't the marble texture of the house. It is more so like a steel and like painted metal like exterior. But you can see just from like some of like the like transparency of some of like the windows of like the plexiglass that's reinforced. There is foliage inside, but you can't see Rex yet. It doesn't seem like.
Dr. Pepper walks deeper in, and I really think Dr. Pepper is dressed like you ever seen Invader Zim?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know Dr. Membrane? That's how he's dressed. But the sleeves are ripped off. But he has these two like jacked arms. But the collar's up to his face, and these like two like little round glasses sitting on top of his like face right there. And his hair is styled into like a dreadlocked mohawk.
Perfect.
Incredible.
I love those.
Totally
So
a character right there.
Yeah, that's how you should roll up to your pet sitting gig.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc, as you are approaching the door that Dr. Petrie said would have the notes, you see that there is a string that is attached to the front of the door, but the string is like caught in like the rest of the paper is inside. It's like when you like pull a door closed too quick with like clothes hanging on it and the sleeve gets caught. It's not like the rest of the document is on the inside of the exhibit.
Okay. He like tries to tug it out.
As you're tugging, there is a little bit of resistance, but then it just pulls out, and there's nothing on the edge.
So like is like half of it still is like so only half of it is there and the rest is gone?
Like it's like if you pulled like something that had like staples in it. It's just like the little corner of it, basically.
Okay.
And it's like a lot of papers.
Huh.
It's like thick.
Huh. Well, there goes the instructions. Team,
He looks to the rest.
looks like we're winging it as usual.
All right.
As soon as you turn around and you say that, there is suddenly a boom, like a slam against the door right behind you.
Does the anime glasses?
Shock, do you have distraction toys ready?
Aye. Wait, we have our stakes first. We need to give the stakes.
We need to give the stakes for like positive reinforcement.
Right. Positive reinforcement, distraction. Topo, I'm gonna need you on backup with me.
I got you.
Seagram, I'm gonna need you to get ready with that soothing voice.
And he reaches into his coat and he pulls out a little tiny lozenge and hands it over to Seagram.
Okay, take it. Just
Perfect.
pops it in. It's like,
Turn around, open the door up.
You open the door, and as you open it, you see that there is little bits of paper that have been kind of like strewn about, and they're not complete. They have been shredded, ripped up. As you see a giant 40-foot long Tyrannosaurus Rex fossil completed, rolling around in this enclosure as if a cat in catnip, fully just like immersed in trying to like absorb the scent of the paper.
Well, there go the instructions.
We don't need instructions. It's just basic pet psychology. Every pet shares the same psychology. It's positive reinforcement and treats and tricks and asserting yourself as the alpha.
Sure. Let's start with the treats, I guess.
Rex immediately not recognizes, but like notices you, and like swings his head, and like immediately and like jumps back up on his feet, and like the ground like shakes, and like lumbers over to come see you. Rex is easily like his chin when looking down is still like about 10 feet, so has a good like 4-foot clearing on like probably the tallest of you, a little bit more or a little bit less if you're taller than that. And is like,
Hi Rex. Hi buddy. And it's just waving the steak.
just kind of like tilts.
No?
Tries to like open its mouth, and like it looks like his neck is extending, but he doesn't have a tongue, so he can't like lick it. So
Okay. Maybe plan B. I bring out a bone in my other hand.
Rex's tail immediately wags.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for your related skill.
It's a 1.
Oh no.
Oh no!
He's
Rex,
offended. He is bones. How dare.
Rex goes, and if it's okay with you,
Mm-hmm.
instead of eating the bone, Rex is just going to swallow you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Cool. And just you all see Rex just like open his mouth just a slight amount, and then just and just you see Baraka just disappears into Rex's mouth.
Can Topo Chico like grab Rex's mouth before it closes?
Like try and like hold it open.
Yeah, like
What's in
don't
your
do
mouth?
that,
What's in your
buddy.
mouth?
Drop.
Come on, buddy.
Drop. Yeah.
It's not the first time. You can very obviously tell this is not the first time that Topo Chico has had to grab an animal by the jaw and be like, okay, buddy, you gotta spit it out. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll for strength. Rex rolled a 5. So even though there is no musculature, this is a strong animal. You have had to use more force right now than you've had to use on some horses that you guys have taken care of, and you are trying to like pry open the jaws, and slowly, as he's like trying to like close, you're slowly creeping it open.
Spit it out, boy.
And Baraka, you are still in the mouth.
Okay, I scribble out.
I reach over and I go to grab Baraka, just yoink them out.
snacks don't work apparently. Apparently it likes humans as snacks. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I offended it by offering a bird, but...
Is this what people say we're snacks?
No. Can I take out a life-size blow-up doll, please?
Describe this blow-up doll.
I think you know.
Okay. You pull out a salacious-looking doll.
Yeah.
It has little Betty Boop eyes.
Yeah.
A little halter top.
Mhm.
A little lingerie bottoms.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fishnets. And you pull it out, and Rex looks at it and is like tilting his head.
Yeah, chew toy.
And you just offer it to him?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d6.
3.
Okay, great. You throw it to Rex, and he grabs it with his big old chompers, and it deflates immediately, but is having plenty of fun just like ripping it up and like running around in the exhibit.
I wanna while it's doing that, while Rex is doing that, is any of these papers salvageable?
You are looking at these pages, and beyond just being ripped to shreds, they have also been like submerged in mud. They have been covered with they've been like smudged off. They have been like poked, prodded, like stained. It's basically just mulch now.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the compost in the exhibit. You do catch one little slip that seems to be at least readable. That says, does not need food. Bones are good.
It only wants bones. No food.
Have not tried other supplements. Or for the food section, it's like does not like meat specifically.
All right, noted.
Sorry, what did the page say?
Doesn't like meat. Doesn't care about meat. Bones are good. Have not tried other supplements.
Okay, so maybe I just overexcited it with the bones, and I just need to...
Well, if it's overexcited, that's where I come in. And he like punches his pants into his hand, and he walks up to Rex, and like he's just like walking up to Rex, looking really, really intense right now. And he's like takes off his lab coat, and underneath he has a T-shirt that says "Dog Dad, let's go." And he then taps his hands. He goes, "Okay, buddy, who's ready to play? Who's ready to play?"
And
You ready to play? You ready to play? Okay, let's go. Let's go. You ready to play? He starts like running back and forth. You want to run? You want to run really fast?
Go ahead and roll me a d6.
I got a 5.
Okay. Rex is paying attention to you, and is like as you are like running back and forth. Rex is at first like following with his head, then is like actually like doing like steps to like try and like keep up with you.
As it does that, and he starts going, "Okay, you ready? You ready?" And he pulls out a ball. No, this is not big enough. I need the big ball. Bigger. Perfect. He picks it up. He picks it up.
This is like a yoga ball, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's my mic was off, but double beach ball size for maximum beaching.
Oh, perfect. He picks it up. He's like, "Ready? You ready, Rex? You ready? You ready?" And he chucks it.
and like as you chuck it, it like hits the wall of the enclosure, but then Rex fully just busts through. Just breaks the enclosure.
Oh no.
And is like kicking it and is headed off somewhere.
Somewhere.
Watches.
Just
Like,
somewhere.
so he walks over to the hole and he watches Rex run off into the distance, arms folded, just like,
Japan all over again.
Well, okay.
Well, we gotta stop a Tyrannosaurus Rex from rampaging the city.
Everyone in the car.
Everyone in the car. Everyone's in the car.
Okay.
Rex has a good head start on you. You guys are like running to the van again. And you guys
I
all
feel
pile
like
in.
This is not like the first time we had to chase down an animal,
Oh no.
but
No, absolutely not.
Easily the most endangering.
Cool.
So you guys are all getting in the car? We're just ready to drive off, yeah?
yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, just immediately, as soon as everyone's in and buckled up, stepping on the gas.
Mm-hmm. You just hard reverse and like 180 turn and then just immediately go into drive. As you see the silhouette of a Tyrannosaurus fossil going off into the distance towards suburbia and towards like the city. How are you guys trying to follow Rex? Are you just like giving like rough like directions like from like where you can see?
Yeah. Following
Yeah,
the
I
path
think
of
that's-
destruction that
yeah.
you would probably undoubtedly leave, like knocked over
Mhm.
trees, or the sound of screaming.
Sure. There is definitely a little bit of commotion as Rex is like moving closer towards the city. And it's at first fairly easy to keep an eye on Rex. There's a few like knockdown telephone poles. He's like crashed into people's backyards. There's trees knocked over and stuff. But as you guys are getting closer to the city, it's getting harder because now Rex is no longer distinguishable by height because now there are taller buildings than him.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What's going on in the car? Tell me a little bit about what's going on right now between everybody.
I like to
Frantically
think
driving.
so. In the back of the car, I'm sorry. In the back of the car, Dr. Pepper is sitting in a little like in a chair. And he turns it around. And is like this screen that has these two screens on it, and it says like Pet Action Station, and it's basically a big old like workstation where he's writing down all of these notes and inputting data into this computer because this is the first time he ever had to take care of a gigantic skeleton. So he's putting that data and then trying to get information from the machine to figure out where Rex may want to go, as like doing like a cross-reference from like data from everything he has gathered from all of his archaeological digs and all of his research on how dinosaurs work and how their brains work, and try to figure out where Rex could be going.
You from your little I'm gonna name this the Petomatic 3000.
Yes.
You're it's like a big old like Looney Tunes style like machine.
It's a big wheels too.
It's got wheels and levers and shit, even though it's just a keyboard. And you like once you put in everything, you hit the lever, and there's like as like a little like paper like and you pull it out, and there's information.
It's a ticker.
about
It's a secret
the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Right. I see.
Specifically talking about how the Tyrannosaurus Rex, despite its infamous reputation as the most famous dinosaur of all time and as one of the largest predators in existence, was primarily not a hunter. Tyrannosaurus rexes were largely scavengers, feeding off of already existing carcasses that other dinosaurs had hunted down, or from animals who had just died, as opposed to actively hunting for the majority of their food. In the same way that, like, lots of, like, lions or hyenas, even though they're also considered, like, powerful, like, hunters, are more likely to scavenge than they are to like, actually hunt.
Well, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is a scavenger animal. This means they'll find the remains of other food. They're not much of a hunter. So where would they go to look for remains of food that they could eat up?
Another museum?
Graveyard?
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Meatpacking district?
Well, it doesn't like meat.
Oh, it doesn't like meat.
Vegan restaurant.
Other museum might be a good idea. They might have other, you know,
There's like lots of bones at
Bones?
museums.
pet store? Other bones at pet stores?
There are other bones at pet stores.
What's the closest? Let's GPS whatever's closest out of our
And-
ideas.
As you guys are, like, trying to, like, GPS coordinate, like, different locations, museum, meatpacking, vegan, pet store, you suddenly see a flock of, like, parrots and parakeets, like, just go down the cross street from you to your right.
Let's go to the left.
You guys are driving further left, and you see a bunch of people are running alongside you, being like, "Oh my god, there's a dinosaur! Run! Get out of here! It's the end of days!"
He pulls out a megaphone and yells out the window at one of the person yelling, "No, you're incorrect. It's actually a reanimated fossilized dinosaur skeleton. It cannot pose you any harm. It does not have digestive juices that can chew you down and break you down into the nutrients it needs."
I understand, but the point is that it's very destructive to my lifestyle, and it destroyed my only means of transportation. The city does not have an astonishingly good record for public transportation, and it destroyed my personal vehicle.
Well, I believe that is something you should write to your city councilman about. Perhaps give them a regulation about that. Perhaps the city's infrastructure is not made for dinosaur attacks.
I'm sorry. I need to
pull
be a
out-
better citizen of my community.
I
And
pull
now
out
it's
an electric
dying.
scooter and give it to them.
Have we
Why
just
is everybody
stopped
yelling?
driving?
This looks over the shock. Thank you.
Electric scooter.
We just have an electric scooter it up.
Oh my god.
Just driving the way that people are running from.
Dr. Pep is how we
Yep.
get out of like a lot of legal and public problems.
It's all those
You-
PhDs.
It's all those
You
PhDs.
180 down the opposite direction, and you see there are people like kind of like running around chasing things. You see there's like dogs just kind of like running around on the street, like forming like little packs, and there's like a cat that's just kind of like chilling out nearby. There's a cow that just sat in the middle of the road, just
cow?
blocking traffic. Yeah, a whole cow.
You know how.
And a bunch of like exotic birds have been just kind of like hanging out as oh, Puja, I'm getting a lot of feedback from you. Like a lot of static. Okay, cool. But you guys see Rex, 1 foot down, like destroying this local pet store. His head buried inside of the building. As people are like trying to like call for help. There's like cars that have been crushed. There's loose animals everywhere. People are just trying to like get like any sort of like help they can get. But you guys see Rex.
Are there any people in his ribcage?
There is 1 person inside of Rex's ribcage. And this is Bill. Bill has an apron on, has a little like image of like a dog, a cat, and a lizard, like that forms like the logo for his pet business. And he's like holding on to them, like trying to like look out. He's like, "Help! Help! I've been eaten. I'm not digested. Help!"
If you let go of the ribs, you'll drop down the bottom. Just so you know.
Oh, that's still really far. Do you have anything to help cushion my landing, or someone to catch me, maybe?
I can take down a mini trampoline if nobody wants to catch them.
I reach in the back and get like an even bigger bone that would have been able to fit in my bag, and like get out of the car. Rex, come here, boy.
And will like as he like sees you, his head like emerges from the building, and he rotates, and his tail like destroys the building.
God.
Okay. Rex, do you know any tricks? Sit.
Sits on the building.
Oh no.
Is he
Yes.
closer to the ground at least?
Yes, he's like sitting as best as a skeleton can sit. But like the wall and the bricks and glass just fully are like crumble and shatter. No, my grandfather built that. No.
None of us have
Sorry.
bricklaying skills, so I'm sorry about that.
Sorry, Mr. Bill. You can get out now though if you'd like.
Okay.
There's a trampoline right under you.
He,
Well,
like,
make sure when you fall, brush up your body so you don't bounce right back up into the rib cage.
he jumps before you say that, and he just boing.
All right, Bill.
Say that again. I'm so
Right.
sorry. I
When you
jumped
jump-
preemptively.
Don't land with your feet. Then you'll bounce right back up into the rib cage.
So like a ball,
Yeah, like a ball, like a butt bounce.
like a butt bounce. Okay, and just Geronimo, and like boing, 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 boing. Oh wow, that was pretty soft. I thought I'd break a bone or something. It's not that bad. And just kind of like rolls off, and like, ugh. All right, I gotta get out of here.
Bye, Bill. I hope your grandfather got T-Rex insurance.
I'm gonna keep one of the bricks. I gotta get all these animals.
Do you want to try leading him back to the house with this bone?
At this moment,
Oh boy.
after floods of reports and social media posts have gone out already,
Oh no.
No.
you hear, and there is a news helicopter, and a few news vans also pull up to the location, and they're just like falling out and like trying to like rig up their cameras and stuff like really quickly, as like a news reporter like puts on like a coat and is like, "We are live here at Bill's pet shop, and the reports appear to be true. There is a large, what appears to be dinosaur fossil
He reaches
that
over,
is
takes
destroyed."
the microphone from the
What?
newscaster.
Oh,
You're incorrect. It's a reanimated dinosaur fossil skeleton. My name is Dr. Pepper, PhD. I have 3 doctorates. I am a genius and smarter than you. Get off the camera.
Well, sir, have you been following this story?
Sir, I am the story.
I was gonna say they are the story.
Are you all responsible for?
Guys, this won't be good for our pet business. We're gonna get so many bad reviews.
Impossible. They
What-
understand
we
that we're
need to
on top.
rescue.
We're responsible pet sitters.
Yeah,
Are you all
we're coming to the
responsible
rescue.
for the well-being of this particular skeleton?
We're filming a movie.
Yes.
This is just really good robotics.
This is
As I'm
this-
holding a bone up above my head.
I want you to roll.
Oh my god.
I want you to roll because you're using your food for a different purpose than feeding.
Can I take out a video like a film camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll to see if you have it in your bag.
Cool.
I rolled a 6.
Oh my god.
You rolled a 6.
I
That's
rolled a
awesome.
6.
I rolled a 3 for if I've got a video camera.
A 6 and a 3. That's a 9 combined.
I'm trying to see what I can do to add to this.
You have a soothing voice.
As you can, hi everyone, hi. Yes, as you can see, our consultant, Dr. Pepper, is very much an expert in all things that have to do with animated T-Rex bones, reanimated T-Rex bones. My apologies, Dr.
Thank
Pepper.
you.
And we have this situation completely under control. As my compatriot said, we are filming a movie, as you can see by the camera and the treat, and we just need Chico, can you get the big giant rope?
Topo Chico reaches in and grabs rope this big. Where do you want it?
Yeah, we're just gonna try and lead it over to the park that's right down the road. Just right down the road. Just try to, let's get Rex's attention. Let's go right down. Hey Rex, lovely. Hey Rex, come on, come with us. Come on.
Go ahead and roll.
Hell yeah, 6.
Good. Before you rolled, AJ, you guys were tied with the situation. Yeah. The newscaster is like stunned by your explanation. He's like, "Wow, so this is a very in-depth situation that or a very research project you all have going on."
Yes.
And so Mr. Bill was part of this, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Very
I see.
much part of it.
Bill is a very talented actor.
And as you're holding up the bone, Rex comes over and doesn't eat you, almost gets your arm, grazes it, and then just grabs the bone.
Good boy.
And the newscaster turns back around, and a wonderful publicity campaign, if I do say so myself. Be sure to look out for, what was the name of the
We are
project?
refreshments. We're refreshments pet sitting. He takes the microphone away from the newscaster. We are refreshments pet sitting. If you need all your pets taken care of, clean, and watched over, we will be there for you. That's right, refreshments pet sitting.
He shoves the microphone back in the newscaster's hand.
Immediately is like, Thank you, Dr. Pepper. Everybody stay tuned for more follow-up on this story. Back to you, Janet. Are we clear? Wow, that's incredible. Wow. That is I mean, when I was a kid, that was Jurassic Park, and they had the animatronic, but this is transparent. You can't even see the wiring or anything. Wow.
Technology nowadays is.
I know. It's inside the bones, if you can believe it.
And everybody's making the jump to CGI, but practical effects work amazingly well. It is.
They hold up.
It's a lost art.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper's just standing there. It's like
He's aware it's real, right?
I'm just gonna like.
We all.
Yes. Topo Chico's next to Dr. Pepper, being like, "What? Well, yeah. What's a practical effect anyway? Like
A practical effect is a special effect that doesn't utilize CGI or computer graphics.
I don't think that's.
We just have some very
he's
good method
special,
actors with us.
but
Yes.
I don't think he's an effect.
Good job on your newscasting. I'm sure you have other reports to do. Good luck today.
Thank you. We're gonna interview some folks around here. No worries. You guys do not feel obligated to stay. It's all good.
Great.
Thank you again for the clips. And light goes off. And we're actually gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
We will be back in a bit. Jama.
Mhm.
Jeez.
One. We're there.
Wow! Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us with this game of Rex. I would also like to thank Alec and Puja for donating $150 and $50 respectively to the Ko-fi. Thank you very much. You are very kind, and I love you very much. Last we left off on this little game of Rex. Rex, the reanimated pile of bones, just broke into and just basically destroyed an entire pet shop, and ate the pet shop owner. And due to some clever thinking on behalf of the refreshments, they were able to help Bill out of the rib cage of Rex and just fall out. And were able to carefully manage their way around a media interview by claiming that it was part of a production, and that all of the actors were paid and being method. So, you are now in the parking lot of this pet shop that has been ruined. There are lizards. There are some birds hanging out. A few little rodents are scurrying about. And Rex is kind of just like looking around, trying to look for something.
Maybe, Shock. Do we want to try and lure him back to the house with toys?
We sure could give it a go. Dr. Pepper, in any
Yes,
of your
yes.
readings, what do you think would be the best toy? The most optimal?
Most optimal toy. That's the one, as I said before. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was not a hunter, it was a scavenger. But,
And he walks up to Rex, holds his hands out for Rex's snoot, takes Rex's snoot in his hands, puts it against his forehead.
Rex, talk to me, Rex. Tell me. Be that link with me into the past. Yes, right, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. You majestic beast, you. He probably use a toy with a feather on it. He'll be distracted enough to follow it.
Wonderful. I normally keep these for cats. Whoosh. I'm gonna take a couple of those, like, shoo shoo cat toys out of my bag.
You hold up and you're like kind of flinging it around, yeah?
Wait, I got one of these.
Oh, perfect. You have that, and Rex like looks down, looks back out.
What about? Hey, what about if we do something that's like tug of war?
Interesting. I have some large. I better get the chain, not the rope. Can you help me out? Fox, strength.
I got this. I got this. Just pick it up and start walking.
Go ahead. Rex is now much more interested. And is like kind of like hunched down a little bit and like wagging his tail, like.
All right. I think we're about to engage in some tug of war with the dinosaur.
I would like to put the rest of the chain on the back of the car so that we can like drive him
Yeah.
there.
Well, You guys attach this. I'm assuming it's like a big 10-inch like chain like per link, and it's like you have to like kind of like wrap it around like the hitch of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And you're like you have to like secure it. And you guys are gonna go ahead.
I think I think we leave the trunk like the back of the van open, so that Chico could like actually like hold the chain.
Mm-hmm.
And like tug.
And every so often and stuff. Because I don't know, Chico's the only one that can probably do it.
Yeah,
For sure.
Chico, go ahead and roll your d6.
It's another 6!
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That has never rolled this well
Hell.
for me in any Blades of the Dark game.
You initiate the game of tug of war. You like offer like a big chain to Rex. He just like and is like holding it in his like lower jaw. Like,
Alright, you can bite down. Yeah. Yeesh.
it's
I think
lifting
even
it.
Topo Chico's being kind of like thrown around a little bit.
like a pit bull.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you begin to play tug of war, and after like 30 seconds, Rex fully just like loosens up, and the chain you pull the chain, and about 6 teeth fall out.
Yep, friends, beverages. Hello? Was that supposed
Super
to
glue.
happen?
No.
Wagon, just excited.
Is that supposed to happen?
No.
You're
Sure,
the
they're like.
doctor.
Just gonna pick up the teeth.
I'm gonna pick up the teeth and I examine it. Yep.
Oh god.
Yep.
Doc, what did we tell you about putting things in your mouth?
What do I figure out from like licking the tooth?
Let me see. What does the internet say the taste of fossils is like?
What do you
Maybe-
figure out from licking the tooth?
What do I figure out from looking at the tooth though?
Okay, so it is very smooth. Because it's not rock itself, it is petrified bone. And it's been like polished a little bit. What you can tell based on the taste of this tooth is that it's not just bone. There's actually steel armature that helps connect all of the bones in place beyond just like how it's assembled. It's like there's like an armature to the entirety of Rex.
The metal pieces within the fossil are starting to break when we pull too hard. If we can get some glue, we can fix it.
Rex is like sniffing his own teeth, and is like tries to eat them.
No, don't eat. Don't eat. Just drop it. Drop it.
They
Drop
just
it.
fall
Drop
out
it.
under
He
the
drops it
jaw.
out from the hole in the jaw. No. Now open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth.
Ang.
Open. Goes to.
Super glue if you need it.
Thank you. And he puts the
Can you
tooth
roll
back.
for your bag?
Yes. 6.
You have the strongest depth. Do you remember at Gen Con we made that run to Home Depot and we found like the strongest glue in existence?
That wasn't with me. That was.
I wasn't with you,
Dylan.
but do you remember that
Yes.
glue? Yes, it's that glue. It's like in a little bottle. It's not very big.
Yeah.
But
no,
this
yeah.
adheres within like minutes. It is
Yeah.
remarkably fast. and
Always the
remarkably
smaller the bottle, the more powerful it is.
For real.
It's more potent. It's like a scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, eyes in on it. All right, hold still. Don't. All right, there we go. Take the other one. And there we go. All right. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Slow. Slow. That's slow. And hold in place. Okay.
I feel like I should have taken
Oh,
crisis management instead of soothing voice.
One of us should have. None of us did.
None of us did it all.
But you know what? You did handle that one crisis with your soothing voice, so.
kind of like it's like having like a negative reaction to the glue. Like
when you put a harness on a cat and it like drags itself across
Yeah,
the
it
floor.
just-
Just like,
like-
freezes up.
yeah, he's like all kind of like.
Okay. Try to distract it with another bird.
Go ahead and roll.
3.
Oh, whoop! I fully dropped my die.
That means it's an automatic one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You hold the bone out, and Rex kind of like backs away, like
No?
Um,
No,
is
you're all
there,
burned out.
is there like a lake or like a pond nearby?
yeah. There's like a city. There's like a park in the middle of in the middle of the city, like a.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go in the middle of the city with this guy.
It's fine. We're filming a movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we would have a big old in our truck. We have a big old kiddie pool in which we would usually give baths to the animals. But I'm gonna take out that kiddie pool, take out like a hose, and just like crack open a fire hydrant and let water fill out into the kiddie pool. Just be like, hey, Rex, you thirsty? And I'm just gonna go like, just water.
You motion water, and Rex goes down to drink, and like tries to like scoop it up, but it just falls right out.
Yeah, it's more to soothe the pain of the glue that's in the
As go ahead, roll me.
because I'm trying to enact some soothness with
Yeah,
my
you're trying to-
voice,
hold
but
on.
also encourage soothingness.
So sorry. What? One moment. Ah,
There we
so
go.
sorry. There we go.
Ah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me.
It's only a 2.
You know what? Rex only got a 1. So, you're like kind of like coaxing Rex a little bit. You're like petting his like snoot, and you're like kind of like whispering to him, like what kind of like sweet nothings do you whisper to Rex?
Take your time. Take your time. It's only just for a moment. You're doing so good. Good boy. Good boy.
And he like perks back up again as his like he like kind of like look. Well, he doesn't have eyeballs, but if he did have eyeballs, they would be like looking towards like the center of his face, as he can like now kind of like individually like move the teeth a little bit just because of the fracture.
Mm-hmm.
But They're like in place and solid. They're good.
Sweet.
Rex is still looking out in one particular direction.
Can we look in what direction?
Yeah.
What
You guys look, and there's an advertisement for a dinosaur animatronic exhibition at the local zoo.
Oh boy.
I feel like we should. I know we have to get him home, but what if we take him there?
Every good pet needs socialization.
Yeah, it's just like taking him to the dog park, you know? Just like that.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex was a scavenger. Perhaps it needs to scavenge some food and it maybe needs to learn into a little bit of a pack mentality. And maybe it'll calm it down a bit more. Then we can take it back.
Exactly.
So you guys want to head over to the zoo?
How far? Yeah, let's try to.
We try to lead Rex over to the zoo.
How would you guys like to lead Rex?
Oh.
Ooh. I got an idea. Same chain.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some rope. And while is Rex like close to? I'm gonna get Rex to like come close and like bend down so we can tie the rope around Rex's neck and go for walkies.
Who wants to go for a walk?
Do you want to roll for calm?
Yeah.
For the calm voice?
Yeah. Hey Rex. Want to go for a walk? Want to go to the zoo? Go for a walk to the zoo?
Go ahead and roll.
That's a 4.
Rex is like,
All right. So
and I'm assuming that we are gonna have Topo go ahead and actually hold the leash.
Yes.
yeah.
Topo's holding the leash 100%.
Okay. Rex is immediately like gunning towards the zoo. Is definitely dragging you along for the ride.
Ah!
Go ahead, roll to heal.
It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's a 5.
Rex is definitely like throws you off guard once he's like already like on the go. You know, T-Rex have pretty big strides, so you're gunning it, but you know how to hold your weight. How is Topo trying to like kind of like keep the chain not so taut and have it be more like a walking alongside rather than Rex charging?
Really big, deliberate steps. They're not running. Just walking swiftly.
Sure.
They're totally in the lead.
Mhm.
Right? Like, that's the whole thing, is that you can't let the pet lead you. You gotta be doing the leading.
Yeah.
So that is what Topo's doing. They're like...
But you're not running because running would initiate running from Rex.
Exactly.
I get you. Is everybody else piled up in the car?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, just
Um,
slowly driving like behind them.
Topo, you have a nice little walkies with Rex.
Little John.
You know what? They love it, and they, in their mind, do think that Doc would love this. Doc hates sitting in that car. Why isn't Doc out here? I don't know.
How's Doc in the car?
Doc is watching, sitting in like the open area of the car, like because they have the van's doors back in the open. So he's just sitting there watching this Tyrannosaurus Rex, like, majestic. I must observe it a bit more. Feel like I can create a bond with it. If I can understand what's going on in its mind a bit more, I become that missing link between man and dinosaur. Hello, man. Hello, dinosaur. We are now the link.
I think I lean over to Shock and Baraka, just like, this is the most calm I've seen Dr. Pepper. Like, not shaken up
like,
whatsoever.
I think we finally found a pet that like matches his energy, that he can finally like expend enough energy
That it tires them
that
both
he's yeah.
I think he's
Why
using,
are we still in first gear?
I think
Sorry.
he's using all the energy in his mind.
out. It's either out or in.
Yeah.
Baraka, you are you're driving,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually you get to the zoo. And you got to find a parking spot.
Oh. Okay.
Unfortunately, it's a Saturday
Oh.
in August.
Doesn't have to be.
Oh.
Oh, in August.
Yeah,
But it's like,
So-
Oh,
That doesn't mean anything to me, but it sounds bad.
It means it's warm, so everyone it's warm and there's no school, so everybody's out.
yeah.
but what if
Ooh,
it's
we-
like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like later in the day though. You know, like,
I'll
So
say
everybody's out.
That means
So-
everybody's trying to leave.
yeah.
I'll say it's like 2.
No.
So
There's
like,
still a lot of people in there.
so
Yeah.
it's not a ton of people like still coming in. There's still like a few people like entering the zoo, but it's just the lot is entirely full.
Ugh.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. He gets out of the van and like walks around and looks around and sees a family start like meandering back to their car. And what he does is he just starts following them like this. Every time they stop, he just stops and like pulls off to the side. When they start walking, he's just following them again. Waits.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you going to your car to leave? Because we would have to like to park our car there. I kind of followed you for the past 2 minutes just to make sure this is what you were doing.
We were just getting our lunch.
Oh, my mistake. Enjoy
That's-
your lunch.
No, it's okay. My sister's actually. My sister brought my nephew along, which she's heading out. She'll be out here in a minute.
Oh, all right. Do you mind if we wait because we really need to park our van and our dinosaur is getting kind of antsy.
Oh right, yeah. My nephew loved that exhibit. Oh my gosh. Do you guys have like someone in costume?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes.
You know, I know that the city council hasn't been super kind to like, you know, donating to like performing arts, but like, you know, since they raised the budget for that, you know, seeing more of you guys out here it's just really, really good.
Do it for the kids.
We're gonna cut back to Topo. Topo, Rex did not stop at the parking lot. Rex just like jumped over the fence.
What? No!
Is fully just like entering the zoo.
Topo is at the fence, probably has their legs on the fence, and is holding onto the leash. We're like, nope, come back, come back.
Go ahead
Uh,
and roll me.
Come
Oh,
back.
were you gonna do something, Baraka?
Oh, Baraka was just gonna say, if you guys want to get into the zoo, and I'll just wait here for a park, you guys can go ahead.
I think I'll hold our place. Like, I'll get our place in line at the zoo.
Sure.
You do your stuff.
I'll stay here with the family waiting to get a parking spot.
Just making small talk.
Yeah, just making small
with
talk.
with his aunt.
Yeah.
Where's Topo? Where's Trigo?
Topo, go ahead and roll me strength.
4.
Dropped it again. I'm sorry. Okay, well that was a 1. So it was not so much like an actual like strength. It was more just of like the focus was there. So as soon as you like are like kind of like holding it back for a little bit and like are calling out to Rex, he like turns around and he's like, oh, and like just kind of thumps over and like is like looking down.
You're good. You're a good boy. I know it.
Wagging the tail. It is destroying just a little bit of the horticulture at the zoo.
Guys. Help.
So you see,
Hello?
I have 3 doctorates. I'm working on my 4th one. The 4th one is going to be in cryptozoology.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite a fascinating hold on a sec. What's wrong? This was a fascinating conversation, but I need to go.
No, you're so good. You're so good. I'll just wait here.
Okay.
And he hurries off.
And the other car backs up, and Baraka can go ahead and park.
Roll for
and-
parking.
Roll for no. Everybody has the parking spot. Shock, you're in line for the tickets. Do you wanna roll to see if you have tickets?
Oh, I was gonna pay for tickets to the zoo, but I mean, I can just roll to see if I have them.
Yeah, just roll.
Yeah. I have everything else. It's a 6.
Yeah, you have tickets for
I
everyone.
have season passes for all of us. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't I?
Yeah, you have a season pass to the zoo.
Yeah.
It's about. Yeah, freaking Doc is just going to the zoo all the time. He's
Yeah,
invited as a guest speaker.
Yeah, for sure.
We all like to go and like support him.
Yeah.
You do see as you're like waiting in line, there is a sign outside that says "No animals, service animals accepted."
I got this. I already was thinking about this. I would like to take a service vest out of my bag that I can affix to his collar.
I would like for you to roll.
Oops, sorry. I don't
You're
know
okay.
what that noise was. I'm a creature.
Creature.
6.
Okay.
Again.
That's my emotional support
Hell
dinosaur.
yes.
You have a vest for a creature the size of a horse.
Perfect. It
Do
can
with that
fit
what you want.
onto his collar then.
Yes.
Yeah. I can put it like on
You're like a
around his
badge.
collar. So like you'll be able to I can just turn it around so you can see like on the back of the service vest where it's like service animal and you can just see that part and it'll be just like on his collar. Yeah.
Cool. You go up and you're like affixing the vest, and Rex now has the chain as well as the vest in sort of like the same area. It looks almost not quite like a brace, but more of like I don't know. I guess a brace would be the closest thing. But Rex is still like sitting in place and is looking a little eager, maybe a little hungry for something else.
I head over to Rex.
Rex, come here. I know you understand. You looks like you're very eager, but please, I need you to talk to me right now. Tell me. Tell me what you want, Rex. Tell me what you want. Tell me. Just
He
tell
said
me.
feathers last time, so I think that Dr. Pepper is lying.
I maybe not fully understanding what Rex is saying. I'm attempting to bond with the creature. Now, Rex.
Sometimes it takes some trial and error.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's
Rex, you're having like your little like How to Train Your Dragon moment with Rex.
Look, you have high energy. You don't have Animal Whisperer.
I know I don't, but
Like,
I can't unleash all that high energy here in the middle of the zoo.
no. I get you.
As
it would
as
devastate
you're
the ecosystem.
It would.
as you're having this moment, Rex is like quiet and is about to open his mouth again around you.
I
We'll follow you.
I
I'm like frantically nudging Topper Chico.
Yeah. Hello.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll strength.
No, open that mouth.
I feel like this dice is like loaded or something. It's rolled another 6. This is ridiculous. I'll roll
Bam.
another die. just
Rex
to
rolled
make
another
sure.
5. It's the same situation as the first time of like you have to like pry.
Also,
No.
I rolled a different dice. A die. It also rolled a 6. So I think this is just meant to be.
You just
It's
got the
just-
vibe today. You just had the vibe today.
Got the hot rollers.
You got that Louisa energy.
I let Rex like Rex. I won't move. I trust you with all my heart. And I don't notice Topo like is doing their best, struggling to keep Rex's mouth open. No, I trust you, Rex. I trust you. I trust you right now. You are a bond with me. And man and lizard, we are one again. Oh, I am sorry. I am sorry. I didn't realize this was happening.
Just as soon as you pop out, just clamps shut. But then like is like looking to Baraka, like whines a little bit, like.
You- Burn? You want to burn now? Are you in the no?
Is it hungry?
Like, I grabbed the steak back out again. I know that I didn't want the steak before, but no. Okay. Okay. Dry kibble.
Go ahead and roll.
Hey, Andre, can you make that noise one more time? I didn't
One
hear
more
it.
time on yes.
My brain.
4.
I want that as my ringtone.
Rex is like nibbles on it. Just like scarfing it down.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he'll just eat anything you give him from the kibble. Yeah, and it's just like.
I like afterwards. I'll scoop up all the kibble off that's dropped to the floor.
I pull up the zoom map on my phone.
Mhm.
'Cause
You all
they don't hand out the paper maps anymore.
no. You approach the gates, and there's a very bored-looking teenager being like, "Hey, welcome to the zoo. Do you have your season passes or tickets with you today?"
It's
Yes.
me, Lewis.
And it's him, Lewis.
Oh, hi, Dr. Pepper. It's so good to see you again. I don't know if you remember me.
Lewis, I am hurt that you think I don't remember you.
You just seem like you're a very busy man. You have 3 PhDs and a successful business, and you just seem like you're doing really well. And I'm just me.
Lewis,
And
He like kneels down in front of Lewis, puts his hand on Lewis's shoulder.
every person has a purpose in this world. No matter who you are, even the most tiniest of ant can topple the mightiest of elephant. And when you aren't doing your job of welcoming people as they come into this zoo with a smile and a wave, that's one less ray of sunshine in this world, Lewis.
yeah.
While that's happening, can I just like be leading Rex past like with like a cable, just like trying to like casually lead Rex past?
Go ahead and roll to use your food to sneak past.
Oh, that's a turn.
Can I help because I'm talking to Lewis?
Yes, you can.
I got a 6.
We are.
As you are like talking, Lewis is like, "Oh, yeah, I get it. That's totally understandable. So Dr. Pepper is allowed in because he's a donor. But you have a season pass, so that covers you. And
We have all of them right here for everyone.
okay, great. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you have an extra one. I thought I saw you had an animal with you, like a cow or something.
We did have a service animal. I believe that its handler just went to the bathroom for a moment. I apologize that if you didn't see it in the conversation with Dr.
No, it's
Pepper.
okay. Just make sure that they come to the front gate when they're ready to come into the zoo.
What
Just
I want to
to-
know is, though, this is the second time someone has mentioned cows as being a common pet in this city.
Yeah,
That's
like,
the weird thing, all right? Because are we no-selling the fact that cows are a common pet in this city?
Look,
who is keeping all these cows?
look. Wally, don't you know that like cows are considered pets that we can bring onto the subway? There's like a certain amount of animals that are allowed on the subway, and cows are one of them.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm
That's-
pretty sure that's a thing.
so cool.
I did
Gosh.
not know that.
Oh my
Amazing.
gosh.
Okay, so Lewis, this NPC just said like bring them back up to the front to say hi, or like is that when we leave?
For admittance to the zoo. But fully, Baraka and Rex are already fully inside, having snuck past. So you don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you know, we recently switched to paperless for our maps, so if you go to our website, you can pull up our map to see the whole zoo. And if you have any questions, please visit our information kiosks or any of the shops. We should be able to help you with any general questions about directions. You all have a good day here.
Thank you, Lewis.
I'll see you
Lewis.
later, Dr. Pepper.
Thank you, Lewis. Remember,
Goodbye.
you're important.
Wow.
Can I give him a little like sticker that says "terrific job"?
Oh,
Wow. He puts it on his like little ID badge. Yeah. Go ahead.
When Dr. Pepper is going in, Topo Chico slides up to Dr. Pepper and says, "Did you mean that? Do you really think everyone's important?
Everyone is important in this world, Topo Chico.
Even if they don't have 3 PhDs?"
Especially if they don't have 3 PhDs.
Cool.
Sweet. We are now inside of the zoo.
So we're going to the dinosaur
To-
section.
to the animatronic dinosaur temporary exhibition.
Mhm.
Oh no.
And that's at the back of the zoo.
Oh boy.
Oh,
We
gosh.
gotta go through the
Oh,
whole
boy.
field. Ugh.
So you all will need to carefully guide Rex as need be throughout these exhibits. It seems as though Rex has a vague sense of where they are, but is constantly getting distracted. You see
ADHD real.
Yeah.
ADHD
Very
very
real.
real.
Super real.
You see Rex has already begun to like pull towards after Baraka has already gotten in. Is kind of just like looking around and like is sniffing out the area. So lots of new scents here.
Do we still have Rex on the leash?
Rex is still on the leash, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you would like Topo to
Mhm.
reaffirm the leash. And you see that at the front of the zoo there's like a small sea lion exhibit with like lots of water. And it's pretty hot today. And even though Rex was drinking a little bit before, you can see that like Rex is like leaning towards the pool and is like walking towards it, looking to like enter the exhibit.
Oh, Rex, there's a better thing. There's a better thing over here. Playtime? Playtime over here.
And will like fully like step into the exhibit as like the seals are like and like are like jumping back into the water to like try and like avoid Rex.
Can I take out a toy dinosaur to like remind Rex where we're going?
Roll bag.
Yeah. Bag roll. It's the one.
Oh no, the streak ended.
Rex rolled a 6. Rex is fully now just like fully like in the pool.
Yeah.
And is like jumping up and down and like splashing.
Well, it's because I
Um,
accidentally took out a seal. So
Yeah.
he was just like, yeah,
you,
seal.
you thought you had a dinosaur. It was a Parasaurolophus.
Yeah,
Very
it
common
didn't help.
mistake.
It's a common mistake.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I guess.
So Rex is like jumping in and out of the water. His bones are like getting like darker, being exposed to water. But you can also see, I want to say, Seagram.
Hey.
Seagram notices, because you were part of the team that was working on the like armature reconnection with the teeth, right?
Yeah.
You notice that the water level here seems to be like the water like chemical combination here seems to be a little bit different.
Uh-oh.
And is actually like super rusting Rex's armature because of the constitution of the water.
No.
No.
I'm gonna look at Doc and like, Doc, I'm gonna need that high energy. Get Rex out of that water now.
Oh, Rex, let's go, buddy. Time for a run, Rex. Let's go, Rex. Let's go.
And I will like take off running towards the to the exhibit.
And go ahead and roll roll high energy.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Can I roll to
Okay.
help?
How are you helping?
It'll. I like as
I
we have
also
Doc
have something to help.
super
Okay.
like just like I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna be like, come on, let's go. Huh?
Two different methods combined into one.
Yeah.
Okay. You go ahead and roll. Depth, what do you want to contribute?
I want to see as Doc's like running past me. I want to see. I'll grab a rope, that has like, just damn it, like a bag of bones, like one of those like meaty like bone extras that you get from the butcher. Tie it around. Doc is kind of like some like carrot on a stick type.
Sure.
But it's bones on
But
the
it's just a
top.
giant bone.
Yeah.
Everybody roll in addition to what'd you get, Wally?
Got 2.
A 2.
I got a 5.
Yeah. You got a 5.
I got a 3.
Incredible.
So 10 in total.
10 in total. Rex rolled an 8 with 2 rolls. So you did good. Rex at first is just like kind of jonesing and looks like he might be like a little bit too amped up. But with the combination of like the high energy, like the soft like encouragement, and the food being attached to Dr. Pepper, Rex is not just like amped up, but is now like focused on Dr. Pepper, and is like and like is like kind of like running along with Dr. Pepper as he's like going through the zoo. So far, like there have been people here the whole time, and are like bewildered. They are like, whoa! Like there's like little kids that are like, oh my god, it's a T-Rex! Wow! There's like parents that are like recording. Kids are like teenagers are like taking like selfies with the T-Rex in the background. They're like linking to the article from the news that you guys were just a part of that was like posted online. But I'm gonna have you roll another high energy roll, Dr. Pepper, to make sure that Rex doesn't like interfere with like the crowd here at the zoo.
Okay, that's better. I got a 6 this time.
Fantastic. You are deftly moving through the pathways inside of the zoo, making sure to note where there's fewer people, not just the fastest route, because you can be the fastest route if you know where to go.
Yeah.
So you're just guiding Rex through. Everybody else is like gunning, following along, and as you're going, Rex is just like super engaged, super excited, and it's just like running through as you make it past some of like the house exhibits, some like open air like forest exhibits, some of like the savannah towards the back, and then eventually in like the special attractions area is the entrance to the dinosaur special exhibit. And we are going to take a real quick break to reset up our captions, if that's cool with everybody.
Thank you guys for the raid.
Thank you for the raid!
We will be right back.
This will literally be like 2 seconds. Thank you so much to everybody who's joining us. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Hello. Told you we'd be literally right back. Wanted to double check something. Also, thank you to G Game Nights for the raid. For those who don't know, this is a 25-hour charity stream to help support me get to New York City. If you do command donate, then which I just did right now. You can check out my Ko-fi and you can contribute if you would like, or you can just hang around and watch the game and just support by viewership, which is super awesome.
We are 64%. Did you do shout outs already on this?
I don't believe we've had any more since the last shout out with Alec and Puja.
I don't know if you did that on stream. I think.
I might not have done it on stream. Thank you to Alec, Commune DM, and Puja, of Puja fame, for donating. It's very sweet. I love you very much. Thank you for being my friends.
Also, won't this RPG that we're playing be available?
Yes, the game that we're playing right now is Rex, which is a game that I and Super Dylan made. Super Dylan is who is hosting us right now on their channel. If you go to their Twitter, you can actually see a full compilation of all of the games that we made for Promptober, including this game Rex, which is just free. But this will be included in a bundle pack with a bunch of other games that will be made nicer and ready for print on I believe one of our Itch.io accounts. So follow us for updates on that. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Keep an eye out because this game is fun as hell.
It is.
Back into the game. Everybody's with us. You all now approach the entrance to the special exhibition area. And you see Lewis again.
Howdy. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
What's up?
My shift just ended at front gate, and I got moved over here to special exhibition. Do you guys have your tickets for the special exhibition? Tickets that's not included in your season pass.
Can I roll to see if I do? I probably don't.
Sure.
Or
Do you
you
just have a
probably
ticket
do.
printer in your bag secretly?
That would
printing
be
out
great.
Go for it.
2.
You have special exhibition tickets for the art museum.
Oh. I'm gonna try and give it to him and see if he doesn't notice.
He's like, "Oh, okay," and he goes and
I'm just
like puts it
gonna
under
pull
the...
it back real quick. See special exhibit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to scan those.
Oh, did you do it?
No, you have to scan
Okay.
them here. You just buy them up front, and then you scan them here for entry.
Okay.
All right, let me see. Here we go. Wait a minute. Oh, this is for a different facility. I'm really sorry. We're part of a partnership with the museum, a coalition here in this city, but you can't use the special exhibition passes for that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll take him back.
Unfortunately, Doctor, that includes you.
Understandable, Lewis. The Museum Coalition needs their funding.
How much are the
If you are looking to enter the special exhibition, it's $65 per person admitted.
I mean, I'm a
we have
successful
50 bucks,
doctor with
maybe we could get in.
I'm a successful doctor with a successful business, but I do not have that much money.
What does that say about?
Can we like
racism?
barter for favors? We're really good with animals.
Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to accept bribes at this job.
It's not a bribe, it's a trade. Does it look like we have money to bribe you?
No, because otherwise you would have bought the tickets.
Exactly. So it's trading. I mean, aren't you one of the people? Isn't this?
Look, I just need the tickets. I'm really sorry. I don't make the rules.
Lewis,
Then he
Alright.
puts his hand on Lewis' shoulder.
it's fine. You're just doing your job.
Yeah, that's okay. I know that they don't hate me. I just have a job, and we have counterintuitive goals.
And it's a terrific job. Remember, Lewis?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're
I still
welcome.
need your tickets.
Is
Does
it like, do you
So-
need tickets for like people? Just people?
Service animals are an additional fee.
So, no, that's against the law, actually. Service animals can't be an additional fee by law. So should I call the Better Business Bureau? I take out the documentation of the Better Business Bureau.
Hold on. I think I might have gotten that wrong. Let me check the book. There's a employee handbook. Hold on.
Go inside. Go inside.
We need
Go
to,
inside.
We need to
Go.
go. We need to break.
Can I sneak in?
Can we
With
bring
Rex?
Rex inside?
Go ahead and roll to sneak Rex in.
6.
Rex just like tiptoes along with you, as everybody else just like is like, quick, let's go. And Lewis is like,
Oh, I found it here in subsection 7, Article 7AB, Addendum 525. Any service animal may not be charged an additional fee as if an extra admitted to the zoo. Okay, so... Oh. I guess I just didn't want to go inside anymore. That's okay.
and he closes the book and just sits back in his chair.
Perfect.
You guys are now in the dinosaur exhibition with the animatronics. These are beautiful sculptures. They are a mix of like silicone, similar like armatures, but with additional robotic implementations so that they like move and are like animated. And you see a bunch of different dinosaurs and other like prehistoric creatures. You see like pterosaur nests that are like nestled inside of on the side of like a building that otherwise would have just been like the side of the building. It's actually become like its own little display area. You see a number of herbivorous dinosaurs. You see a brachiosaurus that's like kind of like moving its head in and out of the trees. You see like a triceratops and a little baby triceratops showing like parent-child relations and like a little nest of eggs. And you see an animatronic T-Rex over a carcass. Talking about exactly what Dr. Pepper read about before of T-Rexes are primarily scavengers. And Rex like goes up to the display and is like really excited. And you see Rex is like happy and he's wagging his tail. He's like and is like kind of bent down on like almost in like a play position. And you see that he's not excited to see the T-Rex. He's excited to see the carcass. And he is like trying to like nudge it a little bit to like engage it in play. It's all obviously like just decor. It's nothing more than just sculpture and acrylic.
It is definitely bolted to the ground, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Doctor will go over to that little display and try to find a way to now you can't unbolt it from the ground. Do we have anything that looks like that carcass in the bag as a toy?
I can check, but the last thing I thought was a dinosaur wasn't. Here, let me look. 2.
No, you have another fake apple.
Yeah, like I wasn't confident in that one. The dice showed it.
Yeah. Rex is like slowly becoming like a little bit like confused as the animatronic isn't like playing back. And is like,
is there because this is like this is definitely like an animatronic display. Is there like one of those buttons that activates the exhibit?
mm-hmm.
I look for one of those buttons that like activates the exhibit, like probably like. Okay, so I find like the button that like activates this portion of the exhibit, and then you hear over the loudspeaker.
Yeah, yes. These are the noble Tyrannosaurus Rex, scavengers of the plains. They would go hunt down their food, not by normal hunting means, but by scavenging weak and smaller prey or things that have been left behind. It's me, Dr. Pepper, giving the narration.
And you see Dr. Pepper's like in the corner mouthing along to it.
Incredible.
How did you do that?
It's recorded.
Oh, I thought you were like doing the then.
No, it's not ventriloquism.
Oh, that I thought you were doing that. It was real cool. I guess the recording's cool too.
As you push the button and your audio is playing, the T-Rex animatronic is actually like bending down into the carcass, and like there's a part of the sculpture that like is not like attached to like the original like carcass, but it's like a bone that is supposed to like come off as if it's like tearing apart the bones, and it's like reaching back up with the bone in its mouth and then roaring. And Rex is like kind of like steps back a little bit and looks like agitated. And the animatronic keeps doing that again. And it looks like Rex is like getting like angry. Like
Can we try and maybe distract him with like other parts of the exhibit?
This might be a job for Mr. Soothing Voice.
Hey, buddy. Sun's getting real low.
how are you approaching Rex right now?
Hand out. It's like, hey, buddy. It's okay. It's all right. You're okay. Everything's going to be all right. I'm just kind of like going for like, I was like, come on, let me get your snoot. Let me.
Can you go ahead and roll for me?
Sun's getting real low. It might be time to go home now. All right, middle of the road. That's 3.
Rex got a 4.
Dang.
Rex is like focusing on you as you're like you're doing your whole Chris Pratt Jurassic World Jungle World Jurassic World Jurassic World moment, and is like focusing on you, and then the animatronic like roars again and like breaks the immersion and is like irritated, and then like after seeing it like rip off the bone again is going to lunge and attack and begins to destroy the animatronic and is like breaking it.
Topo?
Okay.
Topo?
Time to go.
Yeah.
Maybe this was a bad idea. Whoever thought of it.
I don't have ideas.
It was me.
I wouldn't blame you. We're all in it together.
Hey, I thought it was a good
Thanks.
idea.
It's
God.
just like working it up. You're all having like it's not your fault, it's okay.
We should really get Rex home now. I think we've caused enough destruction for today.
Rex like grabs the Tyrannosaur sculpture by its head and like rips it off and then like chucks it to the side, and looks like just like in rampage mode,
Oh boy.
and like just lets out a deep colossal roar and begins like stampeding, just like
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
fully like raged out.
Man, this is the only thing I can think about doing is just like, just trying to get in front of Rex. Like just kind, like you know how like the thing like when dogs get zoomies and they're kind of like going like this, but you like get in front of them, so they like stop and then they try to go another way and you get in front of them again and they're like, I don't know where to go. Like that's what I'm trying to do, just like every single time, just like.
Can I, while you do that, can Topo Chica try to jump onto Rex's back to confuse Rex?
Sure. Go ahead and roll strength to jump.
Roll the jump?
Roll the jump.
Sure.
I'm gonna say you can roll as well, Seagram, if you want to, if because you're assisting.
Yeah.
I got a 1!
Oh, I need.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well,
My foot gets stuck in
a 4.
between 2 ribs.
Rex rolled an 8.
Oh god.
So,
Fuck!
so,
It's bouncing back. All the rolls are rebounding.
Yep.
so you jump on top of Rex as Topo jumps back onto Rex, and Seagram is like trying to like kind of like block Rex's way. And as soon as you jump on top, Rex fully swings and turns around and destroys another bit of the animatronics and like horticulture, and just begins charging the other direction where no one is, and just keeps running. Breaks out of the edge of the zoo, just breaks through, and is now in the middle of the city.
Well,
Oh
I'm out of
god.
the zoo.
I think at this point, like Dr. Pepper just looks serious now, and he wasn't wearing the lab coat before, but now he suddenly is back in that lab coat. Like he's serious mode now.
I gave
He's
it
like-
to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Shock. Shock, megaphone. Shock, megaphone. And he holds a hand out to Shock, takes the megaphone. Ladies and citizens of the zoo, my name is Dr. Pepper, part of the Refreshments Pet Service. Oh shit. We are now experiencing a animated dinosaur fossil attack. It is not a real dinosaur. This dinosaur cannot eat you. Just the only thing it can do is destroy the infrastructure of your city, causing chaos and possible injury. So if you all file away in calm fashions, you will not be destroyed or hurt. Thank you and have a lovely day. He thanks Shock. I want to thank you first of all for helping me write out and practice that early. I think this time
You're welcome. I think that's not a very calming message, and I don't know if it's exactly how we wrote it, but I'm glad it's out there, I suppose.
I ad-libbed it.
Oh. I can tell.
Oh my god.
You just being like trampled by animals in the corner. Oh my god.
Oh no, we lost Cecilia. Oh,
Wonderful.
little rampaging creature.
Detective Emily.
Go ahead and roll high energy to see how many people you reach out to.
6.
Someone was recording.
Hell yeah.
Someone was recording, and then it gets sent to the same news channel that recorded you guys earlier. So now it's just being broadcast across the city. So
Great. It's great promo for our movie, though.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Rex is now just fully running down the streets after this is being like broadcast. More and more people are like heading inside, making sure that there's like no one out on the streets, and the city is slowly sort of like being like as everybody enters inside rather than being outside. Rex is still running down the streets, destroying some of the vehicles outside. Some of the stoplights are being like torn down because of it.
So is Topo
Run into
still
run into
on?
the-
Topo is still fully on the back,
Oh my god.
only just here for the ride.
Oh no!
forgot about Topo was there.
Yep. Just here for the ride.
Just
Having it.
rodeo.
I thought Topo fell off. I didn't know Topo was able to stay on.
I'm gonna say, Chapo, I need you to roll strength again for every little bit that you're on, just like every
Okay.
intermittent little bit.
Well, 6 for the next one.
Rex also rolled a 6, so you are like on, but you are like now more secured.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not just like you're not being like rodeoed around.
Hey, buddy. You want to slow down, buddy? Doing, 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 buddy.
And is like and is like fully just like running and go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Topo launches into it. You know, when I was your age, I used to kind of get angry and run around too. But things are better once you like chill out. Yeah. You know, I found out that I really loved animals and like I got this job and it's been great. Like, yeah, you don't have to be so mad, bud. It's cool. Having a conversation in
This-
the back
this-
of a T-Rex's head.
Just trying to like say little soothing things. Yeah.
They've watched Seagrams for a long time.
Yeah. So you're saying this to Rex, and Rex is like slowing down a little bit, but then like just picks back up as the like rage just keeps like filling him. He seems to be gunning for like one place in particular, and you are heading straight, not toward, into the Natural History Museum.
Okay, I will say that because Topo Chico is a dumb butt, y'all probably have them on Find My Phone. Find My Friends.
100%.
Yeah.
hmm
So,
Like there have been days we sent Topo Chica out to get food, and they came back 6 hours later.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, they got lost in the park, and then it got, you know, they're definitely a whatever. Just go. Someone's like, "You want to come do this thing?" And you're like, "Okay."
Like went to get Chinese food, and then someone said, "Hey, Topo Chica, want to go to a party?" Yeah, sure. And
Yeah, you know, the response you
And
say
then
to
it turned
strangers.
into an impromptu like performance on the subway. I don't know. I was holding something, but I made like $20.
Oh, you are not headed toward the museum. You're headed towards
Oh.
the park, like the big Central Park sort of
Oh.
area. Correction, my bad.
Yeah. As soon as I'm assuming everyone's like running towards the fan, and as soon as everyone's in, we're just like driving.
Yeah, you guys are. Baraka is back at the wheel and like slams down on the gas, trying to like catch up. and you see Topo is still like secured now on Rex, isn't just like being bucked around, and Rex is now just entering the park, and you see actually there is a new ceremony also happening in the park and a distance away.
Oh, no. Why is the Parks Association so active today?
Can we tell what sort of ceremony it is? Like a wedding?
Seems to be a ribbon cutting ceremony. There is someone on stage with a big pair of scissors, and someone at a podium talking.
Oh no!
And we all
Three.
know rock speaks scissors.
Yeah.
Can we like recognize what kind of like what's happening right now? Who's at the podium?
It is for a statue. This event being unveiled, and it's of someone very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
It's for Dr. Petrie Fide.
No! We're doing such a bad job.
You're the worst.
Are we in like Rex's vicinity at this point?
You guys are now close behind. Now just have to like get out of the car and actually just like get into the park.
Okay. Yeah. As like one last ditch effort, I'm like rustling around in my bag and I find like a chicken carcass, like just bones.
Mm-hmm.
And just like start waving around like, Rex, come on. Come on.
Go ahead
Every time.
and roll for me. What is everybody else doing right now?
I have another backup to the plan if that one doesn't work.
Please, because I rolled a 1.
Here's my question: did we stop driving, or did we get out of the van? Because if Baraka is going to start waving the carcass, Dr. Pepper will start driving to try to lead them away from this. Also,
I believe everybody is now out of the car.
oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In that case, I am going to beeline to the stage to try to find Dr. Petrie and get them distracted, and try to get talking to them.
Perfect. Just what I was thinking, but I don't have an item for it.
I am going to go into the phone. I'm gonna stay by the car. Go into the phone. Go and find the voicemail that Dr. Petrie Fide left us. Scroll to the point in which she has said Rex. And play it on like as loud as possible.
I'm gonna give you the megaphone.
In the car megaphone. It is like,
yeah, I'm gonna
Rex.
give you the megaphone so you can make it really loud.
Go ahead. Even though it's not your voice, I'm still going to say this is for soothing.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll for use of megaphone. Not if you have it. Just for using it.
Me?
Just, yeah.
Or
yeah. For
yes.
So it's a combined of us.
Okay.
It's another combined roll. We're gonna cut to Dr. Pepper as you are running towards this event and trying to like distract. And you are slowly coming in during the middle of a speech that Dr. Petrie is giving out. I believe in the paleontological efforts that we have here in City Megakota, the greatest city in the world for paleontology. Nowhere else in the world are there more better preserved or outstanding specimens of ancient wildlife than there is here. We should be proud.
That point, as soon as Dr. Petrie is about to say we should be proud of our scientific community, he busts in and says,
Ladies and gentlemen of the scientific community, I am Dr. Pepper, and I would like to display right now my theories on why the hollow earth theory is very true and is sitting under right now in our feet in City Mega City, Dakota City.
There's like someone else who's like part of the museum staff who's there. It's like, oh, it's Dr. Pepper, everybody! Give a warm welcome! And everybody,
Hello, yeah.
everybody in the audience is like,
Thank you.
and I'm gonna have you roll
God.
to see how long you can keep their attention with your high energy.
Roll for being Dr. Pepper.
I got a 6.
Yay!
You are captivating them.
I am explaining like this. I'm doing a full out speech on my hollow earth theory and how it sits right under the city and how one of the passageways is right under the city. And I'm like doing some hardcore like Godzilla versus Kong theory of like the hollow earth. And I'm going deep into it. And I'm like, and if we were able to build enough, we were able to get the funding, we could build crafts that could go into this second earth, a completely separate ecosystem beyond ours, and explore it and find things that we could bring to the scientific community in ways we have never seen. And he's like going on and on about it.
Incredible.
You're indoctrinating some people.
Yes, I am.
So, you have the audience captivated, Dr. Petrie confused. Everyone else is managing to wrangle Rex right now. What did you guys roll all together for Shock, Seagram, and Baraka?
I rolled a 2.
1.
2, 1.
I rolled a 5. So 8 in total.
You guys tied with Rex. Rex is like now directly torn between trying to get out all of this like excess like frustration and energy and wanting to like follow you guys and like back to the bones, back to Dr. Petrie's voice, back to and back to because you have the megaphone. And just torn.
I think, okay, this is one more last-ditch thing. We don't like using it because it was a cheesy promotional thing that we did in our early days of the refreshments. But I go over to the driver's seat, put it in gear, I press a button, and there's a button that just like a long tail goes off the back of the car and just starts flailing around. And I'm gonna back the car up and start driving to Dr. Petrie's place, just still on repeat. Rex, and just this, making it just essentially a giant little mouse toy to chase.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we're like superhero dog sitters.
I need to be.
Apo, you see all of your fellow pet sitters scurrying around like headless chickens, all just trying to get Rex to go in one direction. You, right now, are effectively in the saddle.
Oh boy! And I got one brain cell.
Would you like to use your strength right now to try and guide Rex?
Come on, is that brain
I think
cell?
If it helps any, like, Brooke is gonna be like, teleport!
I was gonna say,
Steer him! Steer
Are
him!
you calling it Rex? Are you calling it the Topo Chico as the pet where you're like, here, boy?
Yeah.
Chico just looks
like you got Rex going on with the megaphone, but we're like, Topo, come on. One must be the dog to sit the dog.
I would like everyone to roll right now.
Oh,
Everyone.
Everyone's rolling.
Okay. 6, 10, 13, 15, 20. Rex rolled a 17. Topo, what are you doing to guide Rex?
Topo has written on the back of a cow once. They don't want to talk about it, but they're pretty experienced.
Why are there so many cows in the city?
We're in Megakota, dude.
What did a cow do to you, man? They just like hang out and give us milk. It's fine. Topo has ridden a lot of horses, I suppose, and so they'll do the like steer from the thighs thing, and like do the lead, help Rex go that way. So like, I hope this is the right choice, bud.
With
It'll be okay.
With your weight and squeezing tight with your very, very strong thighs, you are sort of like guiding Rex to lean towards all the other pet sitters and not towards the crowd of academics and onlooking citizens in the park. Slowly, Rex's like grunting and roaring mellows out, and it just becomes kind of like panting as he's kind of like being like relaxed a little bit by the calling of Rex on the megaphone and the scent of the bones and your like pressure on his bones to like just steer him and just guides him back towards the car with the giant tail. And it's just like, it's not really like in the mood to play right now, but it's just walking back slowly and like back towards the car.
I think that
I'm also driving towards, starting to drive towards back to the house.
Dr. Pepper's like finishing up his speech right now as he's like watching them like lead Rex off.
And I will conclude this speech by bringing up another theory. The cows in the city, all the cows in the city are actually part of a major corporation. Do not ignore what your local councilman is telling you. The cows are the real threat.
Thank you so much.
The cows are the real threat.
Security. You get like thrown off the stage, basically. So sorry. Dr. Petrie, we would like to present you with this beautiful statue for all of your hard work you've contributed to paleontology and your continued efforts of ensuring the safety and preservation of not only the once existing beings that lived here in City Megakota, but also those that are still around today. And everybody claps. And unveils a statue of Dr. Petrie and like a T-Rex, like not a bone T-Rex, like a real T-Rex. Cut back to Dr. Pepper gunning for the car. I'm guessing you're like Lupin the Third running.
I'm just like running like behind them. So like I feel it's kind of like a the way it's animated is like you see the car. It's like a long shot, but like an established shot. You see that the car right there driving along. You see the T-Rex silhouette chasing the car, and then you see like several like feet behind. You see just Pepper just gunning it like that, running after the car.
I was kind of
Amazing.
imagining it more like it's like we're driving, the T-Rex is following behind, and you are doing like the straight line across of trying to intercept with the car to try to jump in.
Oh, yeah, Baraka's like outside of the van, like with their
Yeah,
hands
somebody
up.
opened the van door.
This is exactly what happens. Is that Barack? You gonna call your cell phone?
Hello?
Brock, do me a favor.
Yes.
Open the passenger side door. In
Okay.
3, 2, 1. And when he says 1, as soon as you open the door, you see him just flying in like this, looking right at you. He lands in the car, just sits in it like this. Closes the door.
Dr. Pepper is the most character.
Dr. Pepper is the best.
You
I
guys.
feel like I'm just playing Science All Might.
Yeah.
Honestly?
Main character in an anime.
Honestly, vibe.
Yeah.
You all guide Rex back home. Rex is very tuckered down.
Oh god.
After all the fun he's had today, all the
Better be.
chaos.
God.
He just goes back towards the lawn of Dr. Petrie's house. It's kind of just like laying down, taking a nap. You guys finally have a moment to breathe a little bit, to kind of like relax, order your pizza.
I'm gonna order it for pickup because I'm not risking a person coming in and them waking up. Right.
Yeah.
I'm ordering it
Yeah.
for pickup.
You guys are like going back into the like flow of things, just making sure the rest of it is a lot more relaxed now that Rex is like acclimated to you. You guys are understanding his rhythm a little bit more, and eventually the next you put Rex to bed, and Baraka, you're making sure that Rex is in the building for the night. You guys got a tarp to just cover up the broken wall in the meantime. And oh, Puja, you got the static going on. You're all good. Baraka, you're like getting Rex ready for bed, and like he's like getting like cozy in the mulch again with all the plants around, and he's kind of like
You want a little before bed snack? Okay. I scroll through. I get like another like chicken carcass out, like, and just no. Okay. Bone. No. Try kibble. No. Okay. What else do you guys eat?
sniffs you a little bit.
I'm not on the menu. No.
Is
Chocolate.
like
Why don't your pet sitting company has chocolate?
You should not keep that.
Because
Take that out of your bag.
me.
How dare you?
Topo is the chocolates for Topo.
Yeah.
Chocolates for Topo Chico.
you
Listen, you send them in to wrestle something, you better be feeding them chocolate after.
see.
Oh wait, no. You know what? Actually, I have a better one. I pull out my red vines from when we first arrived.
Rex is like
He did chocolate at them.
Rex is vaguely interested in the chocolate. Immediate attention towards the red vines.
Hey,
You have a little
hey
bit of a
Rex,
sweet
let's
tooth?
play a game. Toss them in the air and Tofu and Rex can fight for it.
Oh my god.
You extend out the red vine, and you like chuck it, and you just, and it's like stuck between like the little like bits of his teeth.
Oh no.
But he's very happy, very very
This
happy.
one's mine.
Get him a dental shoe for when he's done, so it cleans out his teeth.
Yeah. You all put Rex to bed. You all sleep at Dr. Petrie's house. Next morning, Dr. Petrie returns home. Rex is very much asleep still. And goes over and meets you all at the front door. And still looks a little bit disheveled. Good morning, everyone. I hope Rex wasn't too much trouble. I know he's a very active boy. But I trust that you all took very good care of him and you're able to provide him with everything he needs.
He did rip up the instructions. So we just kind of wung it, but.
Oh, you're real quiet, bud.
Oh, he did rip up the instructions.
Oh no!
But we were able to handle it. He had a very good day.
Just some basic pet psychology.
I knew I could trust those reviews on Welp. You all are I'm gonna say the best pet sitters in all of City Megakota.
Wow.
Make
thank
sure you tell all the whelpers that.
Also, don't check the news for a couple of days.
Oh no, I fully don't intend to. I just got out of a really big event, and I don't like. Anyway.
You don't like seeing yourself? Yeah. I get
No,
that.
it's just.
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes
It's a great way to. It's how you stay humble.
Yeah, just don't want to,
Yeah,
get involved
sometimes
in
hearing your own voice through recordings, it's just like just.
It's
Yeah,
real
Some,
weird,
some people
man.
can't. Some people just can't handle it. Sometimes some people can.
It's just really discordant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations on whatever the event was for, though.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, they unveiled a statue in the city park for me, which was very kind of them. So
Oh, that is
Wow,
wonderful.
that's
good
cool.
for you.
yeah.
Here, I'm gonna give him another terrific job sticker.
Thank you. Kind of like looks around for a place to put it, and just kind of puts it on the door. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope the pizza was good. Oh, and I have a tip for all of you. Fully pays out $400 cash tip to each one of you.
Woo!
Fuck yeah!
Hell
Yeah, I'll do this
yeah.
anytime for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
If you ever need us to
case-
look after
Go
Rex
to the
again.
zoo exhibit for real.
Yeah, and
so
pay our rent.
I will let you all know if I'm out of town for like a month. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yes,
Yeah.
we'll be more than happy to take another job for you.
Also, Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper, I do need to talk with you. Yesterday was a little weird.
He leans over to Dr. Petrie.
If the cows have you, just blink once.
But I don't have any problems with any cows. I promise you. There's.
Just blink once. If they are listening to you right now.
Okay, if I blink twice, that means no.
Right.
I lean over to Topo.
Definitely a sleeper agent.
I see that.
Looks like he
Yeah.
said yes twice, so.
What's the sleeper agent?
It's a long story. I'll explain it to you on the drive back to our office. Lovely working for
Okay.
you, Dr. Petrie.
Thank you all so much. You all have a good day. Is Rex back in the enclosure?
Nice and asleep.
Yes. He's just having a nap.
Aw, what a good boy. You guys take care. Thank you so much.
Bye.
And you guys drive off. And that's gonna be the end of Rex.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for
Yay.
playing.
Fun.
As a reminder to everybody watching, if you want to play Rex, you can play Rex. You can go ahead and check out Super Dylan's Twitter, where we have a compilation of a bunch of different games we made last month during October, including Rex, which is available for free whenever you want. We will also be re-releasing all of those games and working them up a bit, maybe adding a few other games. And selling those in a bundle on one of our itch.ios. So follow me and Super Dylan if you would like. And please follow everybody here who's part of the stream, including Puja, Wally132, chaoticbonney, Celestial Seal, and hooshakid. A special thanks to hooshakid for producing while Dylan's away doing their charity event right now. And thank you so much. We will be back in about 30 minutes, and we are going to be doing an art stream just as a little downtime before our next big game session. Thank you so much for everybody who's been joining us, and we shall see you in a little bit. Our stream might go offline for just a few minutes, but we'll be right back on in a jiffy. Thank you so much. We will see you soon. Goodbye.